Hello student. Let us try to solve the exercise problem of the chemistry in everyday life. The very first question is, why do we need to classify drugs in different way? Okay. So student, we classify drugs in different way to get the overall idea about the drugs. Okay. That is which class of drugs is there and to which kind of patient we can give that class of drugs. So that is the to get the general idea about the different varieties of drugs in one categories, we need to classify the drugs. Okay, how we classified the drugs have been classified in different ways depending on, first one is the upon pharmacological effect, upon their action on the particular biochemical process, and on the basis of their chemical structure and on the basis of their molecular target. Each classification has its own usefulness. First one, on the basis of pharmacological effect, is useful for the doctor because it provides them the whole range of the drug available for the treatment of the particular disease. Okay, so pharmacological classification gives the whole range of the drugs, means for the particular class is having the all the drugs available. Okay, and next one is on the basis of the action of the particular biochemical process, is useful for the choosing the correct lead compound for designing the synthesis of the desired drugs. Next one is the on the basis of chemical structure, help in the synthesis of the number of the structurally simple compound having different constraint, and then choosing the drugs having the least toxicity. What is meaning of this, student? We consider that the similar structure or the functional group of the compound is having the simpler treatment effect on the body. Next one is the on the basis of molecular target, is used for the medicinal chemists so that they can design a drug, useful for the medicinal chemists so that they can design a drug which is most effective for the particular receptor site, which is most effective for the particular receptor sites. Next one question is that explain the term target molecule, drug target as a used in the medicinal chemistry. So when you talk about this question number 2, the target molecule or the biomolecule, student? When you talk about the target molecule, so target molecules are biomolecule, that is a, let us have the look over it. A knowledge of the psychological function of the drug target in the body help us to choose a compound which can interact with target and hence is expected to be the therapeutically active. These compounds are called the lead compounds and drugs are designed from these compounds. For example, they are saying drug interact with the macromolecule like the protein, carbohydrates, lipids and nucleic acids, and hence these are called the target molecule. Okay, or drug target. Proteins perform the several role in the body. Proteins which act as a biological catalyst are called enzyme. Those which are involved in the communication system are called the receptors. Carrier proteins carry polar molecule across the cell membranes. Nucleic acid have the coded genetic information in cell, and lipid and carbohydrate from the structural part of the cell membrane. So what they are saying, the target molecule or the biomolecule, whether it is the carbohydrate, proteins and lipids, where they are present, student, in the cell membrane they are present, they are having the active sites where are the, that is also called binding site, where the drug bind and the transfer its information to the cell membrane. Next one is question, it is asked in the CBSE 2014. Name the macromolecule which chosen as a drug target. So macromolecules such as protein, nucleic acid, carbohydrates, lipids are called the drug targets. Okay. Now next one is the Haryana board, they asked in the 2011, why should not medicine is taken without the consulting the doctor? So dear student, for the different patient and different drug is having the different doses to the particular patient. Okay, so excess drug can lead to a poisonous and that can lead to the death. So let us have a look over it, student. The side effects are caused when the drug bind to more than one receptor site. Therefore, a doctor must be consulted to choose the right drug, which has maximum affinity for a particular receptor size to have the desired effect. Okay. Again, you check out, student. They are saying the side effects are caused when the drug bind to the more than one receptor sites. Therefore, a doctor must be consulted to choose the right drug which has the maximum opportunity to particular receptor side to have the desired effect. For the dosage of the drugs also crucial because some drugs like the opiates is in higher doses act as a poison and may cause the death. So to overcome from the problem like that, overdoses are there that can lead to a death, we have to take in the optimum amount. Okay. Next one is define the term chemotherapy. Okay, student. Define the term chemotherapy. The branch of chemistry which deals with the treatment of disease using chemicals is called chemotherapy. Okay. The branch of chemistry which deals with the treatment of disease using chemicals is called chemotherapy. Okay. Again, you can read out the student. The branch of chemistry which deals with the treatment of disease using chemicals is called chemotherapy. Let us have a look over the next question. Which force involved in the holding the drug to the active site of the enzyme? So hydrogen bonding, ionic bonding, dipole-dipole interaction, or van der Waals force of interactions are involved in holding the drugs to the active sites of enzyme. While antacid and anti-allergic drug interfere with the function of histamine, why do these not interfere with the function of each other? Drugs designed to cure some ailment in one organ in the body do not affect the other because they work on the different receptors. For example, secretin, secretin of histamine cause allergy. It also causes the acidity due to release of hydrochloric acid in the stomach. Since anti-allergic and antacid drug work on the different receptors, therefore antihistamine remove the allergy while the antacid remove the acidity. So that is what the allergy is all about, student. This is nothing but that is the histamine, and which can be removed by the antihistamine. Now let us have a look over the question number 8. Low level of noradrenaline is caused by cause of depression. Okay, so depression is caused by low level of adrenaline. What type of drugs are needed to cure this problem? Name two drugs. So that is the drugs which is required to treatment for the depression is what is that is neurotransmitters. Okay. Now if you talk about the noradrenaline, student, it is the for this low level of noradrenaline, antidepressant drug is required. Okay, in what they are saying, in event of the low level of neurotransmitter, they are saying for noradrenaline, antidepressant drug required. These drugs inhibit the enzymes which catalyze the degradation of the noradrenaline. If the enzyme is inhibited, noradrenaline is slowly metabolized and hence activates its receptor for the longer period of the time, therefore they reducing the depression. Two important drugs are iprionazide and phenelgine, that is nardil. For structure, no, this is so they are saying noradrenaline, student, this low level of noradrenaline, it causes the depression in the human being. To overcome from the this depression or low level of noradrenaline, we need to supply the antidepressant drugs like iprionazide and phenelgine. Next one is, what is meant by the term broad spectrum antibiotic, student? So let us have a look over it, student. They are saying broad spectrum antibiotics are effective against several different type of harmful bacteria. For example, for example, tetracycline, chloramphenicol, ofloxacin, etc. Tetracycline, chloramphenicol, ofloxacin, etc. are broad spectrum antibiotics cure many diseases. For example, chloramphenicol can be used in the case of typhoid, dysentery, acute fever, urinary infection, and meningitis and pneumonia. These are their students. Next one, if you are talking about the next one, question number 10, if you are talking about how do antiseptic differ from the disinfectant, give the example of each. Okay, so antiseptic is having the low concentration student that can be applied on the body, while the disinfectant is having high concentration and that cannot be applied on the living tissue. It can be applied for the floor cleaning. Okay, let us have a look over it, student. They are saying antiseptics are chemical substances which prevent the growth of microorganisms and may even kill them, but are not harmful to human or animal tissue. For examples, what they are saying is, student, Dettol and Savlon. They are generally applied on the wound, cuts, ulcer, and diseased skin surface. For furacin and supramycin are well known the antiseptic cream. Next one is that is disinfectant is there, are chemical substance which kill microorganism but are not safe to the applied to the living tissue. These are generally used to kill microorganisms present in the drains, toilet floor, etc. Some common examples of the disinfectants are phenol, that is more than 1% or 1% solution, and chlorine 0.2 to 0.4% ppm. Okay, so these are the disinfectant. Now let us have a look over it, student, and that is the question number 11. Why are cimetidine and retindine better antacid than sodium hydrogen carbonate and magnesium aluminum hydroxide? See, rentidine and cimetidine, what is do these, student? They block the histamine, student. Okay, so release of acid is stopped, but when you talk about hydrogen carbonate, they only neutralize. So source they cannot block, but rentidine and cimetidine they block the source. Let us have a look over it, student, what they are saying. So sodium hydrogen carbonate or magnesium or aluminum hydroxide neutralize excess HCl and raise the pH to appropriate level in stomach. Therefore, these antacids control only the symptoms and not the causes. In contrast, cimetidine and rentidine are better antacid because they prevent the interaction of histamine with the receptors present in the stomach wall and thus release lesser amount of acid. So that is why the release of acid is stopped in case of the cimetidine and rentidine. That is why that is the better. Next one, name the substance which can be used as antiseptic as well as disinfectant. Okay, so 0.2% solution of phenol act as a antiseptic while 1% solution act as a disinfectant. Next, what are the main constituents of Dettol? So chlorogenilol and alpha terpinol is a suitable solvent. Chlorogenol and alpha terpinol is suitable solvent. For example, structure we have to see another. What is the tincture iodine? What is its usage? So 2 to 3% solution of iodine in alcohols and water is called tincture iodine. 2 to 3% solution of iodine in alcohol, water is called tincture iodine. It is powerful antiseptic. It is applied on wound. Okay. What are the food preservative? What are the food preservative? Chemical substances which are used to protect food against bacteria, yeast, and molds are called the preservative. For example, sodium benzoate, sodium metabisulfate, etc. Why is the use of aspartame limited to cold food and drinks? Why is the use of aspartame limited to cold food? It is decomposed into baking or cooking temperature, at baking and cooking temperature, and hence can be used only in the cold food and drinks. Okay, so that you keep in mind, that is aspartame is unstable at cooking temperature. That is why it is limited for the cold food. What is artificial sweetening agent? Give two example. So artificial sweeteners are the chemical substance which are sweet in taste but do not add any calories to body. They are excreted as such through urine. For example, saccharin, aspartame, and allicins are the example. So that is artificial sweetening agent given to the sugar present student, as this sweetening agent do not increase the calorific calories in our body, and so it does not affect. It is having the state of a sweet, more sweeter than the normal sugar, but the for the it is good for the patient which are suffering from the sugars. So what are the examples? That is saccharin is there. Okay, aspartame, allicin are the example. Next one, name the sweetening agent used in the preparation of sweet for the diabetic patient. So any artificial sweetener such as saccharin, aspartame, allicin may be added. What problem arises in using the allicin as an artificial sweetener? So allicin is high potency artificial sweetener. Therefore, it is difficult to control the sweetness of the food to which it is added. So it is highly around 2,000 times more sweeter than the normal sugar. So it is very difficult to control the sweetness of the food. Now, how are the synthetic detergent better than the soap? So synthetic detergent can act cleans the clean in the both hard and soft water. That is why synthetic detergents are better. Okay, they can be used in the hard water as well as in the acidic solution. The reason being that sulfonic acid and their calcium and magnesium salt are soluble in water, but the fatty acid and their calcium and magnesium salts are ionizable. Okay, next one, they are saying how are synthetic detergent better soap. How are synthetic detergent better than? So that is what they are, can be used in hard as well as acidic solution, soft water. That is why, the reason being that sulfonic acid and their calcium magnesium salts are soluble in water, but the fatty acids and their calcium and magnesium salts are insoluble. That is why the synthetic detergent are better than the soap. Okay, next one, explain the following term with the suitable example. Cationic detergent, okay, anionic detergent, and neutral detergent. So if you talk about the anionic detergent student, so anionic detergent, they are saying these are so called because a large part of their molecule are anion. These are as follow: sodium alkyl sulfate, sodium alkyl benzene sulfonate. Okay, so you see, for example, sodium lauryl sulfate is there. Okay, so this will be the negative part, so this is anion. SDS is there, sodium alkyl benzene sulfonate. The most widely used domestic detergent is sodium 4,1 dodecyl benzoate sulfonic SDS. So, okay, next one is there, this is a negative. And next one is cationic detergent. These are quaternary ammonium salt. For example, set cetyl trimethyl ammonium chloride. Okay, so here is the positive charge is there, and it is, so that is cationic detergent. Is a neutral or non-ionic detergent. These are the esters of high molecular mass alcohol with fatty acid. For example, polyethylene glycol stearate. Okay, polyethylene glycol stearase. Next one, let us see student. Next question, question number 22. What are the biodegradable and non-biodegradable detergent? Give one example of each. Okay, detergent having straight hydrocarbon chain are easily degraded or decomposed by microorganisms and hence are called biodegradable detergent, while detergent containing a branched hydrocarbon chain are not easily degraded by microorganisms and hence are called non-biodegradable detergents. Consequently, non-biodegradable detergent accumulate in a nervous and other waterway, therefore causing severe water pollution. Okay, next one is there, examples of the biodegradable detergents are sodium lauryl sulfate. Okay, sodium 4,1 dodecyl benzoate sulfonic sulfonate, sodium 4,2 dodecyl benzene sulfonate, An example of non-biodegradable detergents is sodium 41357 tetramethylene benzene sulfonate, or it's okay. So these are the example of the biodegradable and non-biodegradable detergent. Why do soap not work in hard water? So hard water contain calcium and magnesium salt. Therefore, in hard water, soap get precipitated as calcium and magnesium soap, which being insoluble stick to the clothes and gummy mass. So they are saying that is the soap molecule contain calcium and magnesium salt. Therefore, in hard water, soap get precipitated as calcium and magnesium soap, which being insoluble stick to the clothes as a gummy mass. Can you use the soap and synthetic detergent to check the hardness of water? The soap get precipitated in soluble calcium and magnesium soap in hard water, but detergent do not. Therefore, soap but not synthetic detergent can be used to check the hardness of water. So that is, soap can be used to check the hardness of water. Okay, next one is there, student. Question number 26 is their last question. If water contain dissolve calcium hydrogen carbonate Ca2 plus ion out of soap and synthetic detergent, which one will cause the which one you will use the cleansing cloth? So that is calcium 2 plus is there, so we have to use, that is because of the calcium 2% 2 plus ion, the water will be hard water. So for hard water we need to take the synthetic detergent. So here you see, student, water containing calcium hydrogen carbonate is hard water. Detergent are preferred over the soap for cleansing clothes in hard water because calcium salt of detergent are soluble in water while the calcium salt of soap are insoluble. As a result, lots of soap is wasted. So this is one is their example, calcium hydrogen carbonate, and this is synthetic detergent, so it is forming this compound, and so it will act as a cleansing agent. So this is all about the, okay, one more problem is there. Label the hydrophilic and hydrophobic part of the following compound. Philic means ionic part, phobic means hydrocarbon. So if you OSO3Na is the hydrophilic, ionic part will dissolve in water, and that is hydrocarbon part is hydrophobic part. Next one is this one is there, student. This all positively charged ion and negatively charged ion is hydrophilic. Next one is there, hydrophilic part is this, then hydrophobic part. Okay, so this is all about the answers. Thank you so much for watching, friends.